Wonderful. So Grant, thank you for being here. As head of Boyer London, what should a business owner consider if they're looking to sell their premises for redevelopment? Obviously, we have touched on this, in discussions off camera and in various groups as well. But what do you think a landowner should be considering?
Well, ultimately, what they want to know is what that land is worth, and this can be. Landowners can go either way with this. They can either undervalue it, or more often they will overvalue it. And a lot of what we do is manage landowners' expectations about what something's actually worth. The things that we consider when we're giving them that advice is what the planning constraints are. We don't expect landowners to always know that. That's what we are for. But our job, a lot of it, like I say, is to advise people what the constraints on development will be and what that will spit out in terms of an eventual value. And that's incredibly important to make sure that they haven't got stars in their eyes about what things are worth, which people often will have. Some of these people will have been sitting on a piece of land.
Understandable as well.
Of course, some people have been sitting on a business, for example, for 30 years, thinking, well, this is my nest egg, this is my retirement. And as those years go by, all they see in their mind is the value of that land going up, because they hear about the value of housing and they hear about the housing crisis. And they think, right, I'm going to get rid of my business and I'm going to stack it with houses and everything's going to be hunky-dory. A large part of what we do, unfortunately, is to say you've got to be a bit more rational about it, and we explain what the planning process means for that, and hopefully that spits out a more reasonable value for them. And that's imperative for them to know when they take it to the market, so they don't waste their time.
Do you see that a lot in your experience with early conversations with landowners in terms of, there's that excitement, there's that sort of ambition to go and get the deal done and then take it to market, but I suppose without that understanding, which is fair enough because it is a complicated space, do you find that a lot? You're having those conversations about bringing down to a realistic space? We do. And again, it's kind of a slightly sad part of our business, I suppose, that more often than not, we have to tell people, look, you've got to take a sharper look at what this value is and be realistic about it. But that's there to help get a deal done as well.
Absolutely, because if someone's unrealistic about the value of that land, they could waste an awful lot of time taking it to market with unrealistic expectations and find that they get fatigued by the end of it, and they'll end up taking a lower value than they could have got if they'd gone about it more quickly, plus all the rolled up costs of that delay itself.
Wonderful. Okay, Grant, thank you.